Hello, CFA Nation. Gabe.
And Nick, a heartbroken fan here.
Oh, how could you be heartbroken, man? You got the Mumbai gear on, bro. Your boys won today.
Got my team versus my team. I mean, it was tough.
Ooh.
We'll get into all that. We are here today for another episode of our
R3
three
Wickets.
wickets. And
Ooh.
and let me tell you, Gabe, this is gonna be my theme of my thoughts with this match. We're winding down. The scoring has gone down. We had that 200 performance not too long ago from the Royals, right?
Yes.
But this is a match where RCB flat out lost it in many different ways. I'm a Mumbai fan. That's my number one team. And I'm glad that they won. For Mumbai, this was like stealing candy from a baby. It really was. I mean, RCB, they failed in so many areas and they were almost there. It makes me nervous for them going into the playoffs. That's going to be my theme today, in my opinion. And, this is the way I feel about it. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I dislike because there was quite a few things I dislike from RCB. Yes.
Wait. Breaking news. Nick never wants to start with negative. Oh my gosh. I think maybe only one other time in R3 Wickets history has he wanted to start first and start with negative. You know what? Can I get some popcorn? Evian, let me get some water. I'm just going to sit back.
I'm going to wear it like this because this is me as an RCB fan right now, and I am just I don't understand what they did. So let's look at just the overs. I did not like how they utilized their overs. I don't care about getting 5 each in the first 2 overs. I'm talking about going farther deep in the 9th over, 4 runs. In the 11th over, 5 runs. In the 12th over, 4 runs and a wicket. 13th over, 2 runs, 1 off a wide, so 3. And then we go to Murderer's Row. And I'm so glad he's on my fantasy squad. Little heads up to what I like. Bumrah, double maiden wicket. However you say that. 2 wickets, no runs in the 17th. You didn't get a single run off Bumrah. And then the 19th, the dangerous over, only 5. And then, I mean, these overs, it's amazing they got to 164. It's absolutely amazing they got that far with that kind of performance all throughout the match. I loved how Philippe and Paticle started this match off. You started off, what did they have in the initial power play? They had 54, 60 runs.
60 runs, I believe.
And they didn't lose their first wicket until the very end of the 8th over. They started off as wonderfully as you could. Great move by Kohli to bring Philippe in this match. He got 33 on 24. Paticle was a man amongst boys, 74 for 45. And he lasted until almost the entire match. But then that's all she wrote. Kohli with 9. He did not look comfortable the entire match, in my opinion, for his 14 balls. De Villiers went down on 15. And then you bring in Dubé ahead of Chris Morris. Oh, wait, don't worry. Chris Morris out on 2 balls. This was a performance that you could not have RCB going into the end of the season. I don't want to hear about they're tired. I don't want to hear about how they're whatever they are. I did not like the performance. And you still got a 164 with that kind of garbage performance. They lost to CSK over the weekend. They lost to a much better squad in Mumbai. It was stolen from them because of their poor play. Mumbai's like, if you're just going to give it to us, we're going to take it. And it was just absolutely deplorable. I hated the entire thing. The entire thing, besides a few bright spots. Yes, the entire thing.
Deplorable. Oh, my gosh. This is gay territory. I got to get my...
The entire thing. And if you're an RCB fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What did I dislike from the Mumbai side? Okay, what did I dislike from the Mumbai side? We have once again, and this is going to be somewhat fantasy, but Quinton de Kock starts off the match. I gave this guy so much love. So much love I gave this guy, and he got 18 on 19. You are chasing 164. The other opening partnership went bananas. You're chasing that. If it wasn't for a certain person we'll talk about later, then this is a match that Mumbai, they didn't really want any parts themselves. Tawari, I'm not sure what this guy's doing on the squad. I know he's been there since like 2010. He was their Emerging Player of the Year award so many years back. This guy, he kind of almost, I won't say that. But anyways, this guy's your replacement for Rohit Sharma, and he gives you 5 for 8. Krunal, once again, they bring him in the 5th, whatever spot it was. I don't know why. 10 on 10. The batting performances that I'm seeing at the end of the IPL are not anywhere near what I saw at the beginning of the IPL for all the teams. And I dislike that about all the teams. I don't care if they're tired. These guys they're going to play 4 tests. Indian teams going to play 4 tests back to back to back to back, for crying out loud. They better be eating some protein bars or something, because they're just not able to put up the runs. And they're going to say, oh, they can't do it every time, Nick. They can't do it every time. Can they get at least 11? Can we get that? Like, hey, when you go out to strike, please give me 11. Please give me 11. I mean, come on, Gabe. I love these two teams. My heart is broken because this match was it was not very pretty in my opinion. There was one guy who was Superman, but holy cow, Gabe, what did you dislike? Maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know.
I would tell you what I disliked, okay? And honestly, people are going to say, Gabe, but they won. Listen, it doesn't matter if they won. I don't understand why Pollard is underutilized in Mumbai. And I'll say this. If you look at the bowling, just look at it from the bowling aspect. When's the last time you ever saw Pollard go out there and get hootie? Pollard don't give up 25 runs in the over, cousin. You know what I'm saying? Look at some of these other guys. Bolt today struggled a little bit. 40, all right? Then, getting lit up at 40. Then we got, 43 out of Chahar. Pollard, 1 over, 5 runs, 1 wicket. Oh, and by the way, it was a big wicket, all right? It was a big wicket in A.B. de Villiers. Why don't they underutilize it? And you're right, he's his own captain, right? He's not putting himself in. I don't understand it. We saw what he did when he batted in the CPL. We've seen him go off here, but yet he's like almost relegated to an afterthought, where even with Rohit Sharma now out, and now we know it's a serious out, he may not make it back for the rest of the IPL. You would think he would come in before. I think when he come in today at 6 or something like that, it was, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why? He could come in and he easily, 400 strike rate, 4 runs on 1 ball. Let me ask you a question. Were you concerned at all? 7 balls needed, 7 balls left. No, I knew my man was going to come out and rock right away, bro. It's like,
first ball he saw, boom, boundary.
I just don't understand. Okay, maybe we're not going to kill the cock, whatever. He's a great player. Ishan Kishan, fine. I like the fact they put him up there in an opening partnership. The kid's been solid. Yada, we're going to talk about him later. But you can't tell me that he can't come in before Tawari. He can't come in before one of the Pandya brothers. Like, I don't get it. He's underutilized, okay? And to me, that's the only thing that I did not like. Maybe it's just a comfort. Maybe it's as easy as a security blanket. Like, look, if all else fails, he's the last of the Mohicans. All right. Until Pollard goes down, we got a shot. So everybody in front of him plays comfortably, because it's like, look, even if I get out on a duck, Pollard could put up 72 in the death overs, because that's what happened. I've just reminded Nick what happened, 72 in the death overs. But you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's the mentality, but don't you feel like he's underutilized both as a bowler and as a batsman on this team? And they're that good.
My response to that is Rohit Sharma is still the captain. It's obvious that he is still, and I'm not taking anything away from Pollard. I am not saying that Pollard in any way is a puppet. I'm not saying that at all. But this is still Rohit Sharma's team. It's been his team, I think, since 2013 or something, 4 championships later. It is obvious that you don't want to stir the pot. You don't want to mess anything up. You don't want to spoil the apple cart, whatever that phrase is. They're still winning. Pollard's respecting Rohit Sharma. This is still Sharma's team. That's all I want to say about that. I could be wrong.
I mean, and think about it. Look at his numbers this year bowling. He gets wickets. I don't think he's ever bowled more than 2 overs, and I just don't get it. But it is what it is. What did I not like on RCB side? Okay. Here's the thing. I thought you were gonna go there. Dell Steyn.
Oh
Holy
my
cow.
gosh. I didn't even think
Best
about that.
75 economy rate. 43 runs. Now, not all runs are created equal, people. You're going to say, Gabe, that's not, he didn't go over the Hootie line. You know what I'm saying? He did, okay. But he had a chance to actually bowl well and get some big wickets, and he didn't. People are going to say, Siraj, he was the last man up. He gave it up. Yeah, by the time Siraj did, there was only so much you could do. All right. To me, Dale Steyn gave this up. Siraj got his 2 wickets. Dale Steyn, 0 wickets, 43 runs. This was your answer, RCB? This was your answer? I told you they don't have the bowling, Nick. I mean, Chahal, 4 overs, 37 runs, 2 wickets. Those other guys, I know Chahal's going to do this job. That dude's a guaranteed 1-2 wickets a game. You know what I mean? Chris Morris has been good as well. But other than that, who do you trust, Nick? Who do you really trust? Like, you could go through other lineups and say they're 3 or 4 bowlers deep. For the love of Pete, Pollard can't even. Can a brother get on? Can I get more than 1 over? You know what I'm saying? Everybody can ball in on Mumbai. But on RCB must be like, this is Virat Kohli right now. Like, I wonder who I could trade to go get me a little Pollard. You know what I mean? Can I maybe, or you know what? Can I maybe get me a little bit? I'll take a Pattinson. You know what I'm saying? Can I get anything? Because all these guys, it was so funny at one point, right? I think it was Chahal's over. He knew where the game was, right? And Chahal I thought it was an out, but it bounced kind of high. And you saw like Kohli looking at him like, come on, give me the thing so I can think. And he's like, because they're afraid to like use that challenge and then be wrong. And on the next over, the guy hit like a 4, and you can just see the Chahal so disappointed. And Kohli come up to like, bro, what are you doing? Like, dude, the pressure, you know what I mean? And Chahal was one of his better bowlers. I mean,
always.
It's one of those situations where the bowling was atrocious. And I'm sorry, RCB fans. You know what's funny? Your man Najib on the stream said, I am so nervous. This is the loss we did not need. The collapse is coming because against CSK, we knew we had a tough 3 games at the end of the season, right? So even if you go 1-2, you would have been okay. But losing that CSK game means you got to go 2-1. You got to go 2-1. And now they got 2 games left. One of them is against, I want to say DC, and the other one is against the Sunrisers, who all of a sudden are playing incredible cricket. So cousin.
Yeah, Sunrisers, that's the team that got the last 200. That was who I was thinking of.
It's scary, man. That's what I did not like. Nick,
the amazing thing is that RCB, let me see, they're still the number 2 spot. After losing today, that's what's a miracle, because DC is falling apart. All right. What did I like? There was a lot that I liked. I'm going to start with Mumbai. There was a whole lot that I liked. Obviously, Bumrah. I mean, this guy, he's an animal. This guy doesn't get like huge wickets every single match, but it seems like a lot of matches he gets huge wickets, and he gets them in bunches. And I'm sorry, his economy rate was 3.5 today. He had an over, like I said, in the death. 0 runs, 2 wickets. This guy's like, I'm still hungry. I'm hungry.
Yum, delicioso.
Oh, you're gonna make me throw up with that. I'm just kidding. But he was absolutely unbelievable. Krunal Pandya, he didn't get any wickets, but he was great in his 4 overs, 27 runs. He was fantastic. You already mentioned Pollard. We're both going to mention this guy. I know we're going to. This game belonged to Surya Kumar Yadav. This guy.
Hi, baby.
He, in my opinion, him and Bumrah, they won the game, just the 2 of them. I mean, they were the huge difference. You had a great beginning by DeCock and Kashan, and then they both went out trying to hit 6s, whatever they were doing. I didn't like those shots they took. But Surya Kumar Yadav came in at number 3, and I had just said in the stream this morning, he's not consistent enough for me to put on my fantasy squad. Oh, he sure was consistent today. He lasted basically the entire match. He came in at the 6th over. This guy was unbelievable. 79 runs, 43 balls, 10 boundaries, and 3 6s. It wasn't just that he put up a high number and I can look at the stats and say, oh, yeah, he's my favorite player. This guy was the guy that could not get out. He was the biggest wicket of the match. If they would have got him out, RCB, I guarantee, would have won this match. He literally put the team on his shoulders on the batting side, and he propelled them to victory as they chased. This guy was a revelation, and they were saying it in the commentary box that they had never seen him bat so well before, not just because of the number. He didn't hit his career number in the IPL, but he was just phenomenal, and he was doing everything. This guy was beautiful to watch, and I believe this was his direct answer to not being picked on one of the squads for the Indians squad. Any of the squads. He didn't get picked on any of them, and he's like, really? Really? Look at what I can do right now. And they were saying in the stream, this guy's been killing it domestic as well. So there's no reason not to put him on there. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I just thought about somebody else who was left off the Indian squad. Now I got to use your mentality, your knowledge right now to say, wait a minute, somebody else got snubbed who happens to be playing soon. I may have to throw him on my team just because you're right. I didn't think about it.
The answer.
You left me off? Really? I'm going to show you what I could do. I didn't even think about that because he was snubbed, and he was one of the ones that we thought was a big snub, along with Paticle. And you know what? To your point, look at Paticle, 74. Both guys that got snubbed were like, really? Let's go. Guys, if you don't think emotion plays a role in sports, then you have not watched sports, all right? Guys get a chip on their shoulders. Like Nick said, maybe it was the evil genius that made KL Rahul sit down, the Dr. Evil made him sit down the universe boss the first 6 games of the season or whatever, because he got him worked to the point where he was so upset that they had left him off. When he got back in there, he's like, yo, put some respect on my name. And you could tell he's playing like a man possessed. Even the commentators were saying this is the best version of the universe boss because he's playing with a purpose. He's not just playing for himself, letting balls go when you have to. He did something the last game they've said they've never seen. He said the universe boss gave up the strike. That just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're right. This gets under players' skins. Oh man, you know what? Now I gotta look at my team tomorrow. Like, wait a minute, who got snubbed off the team? This guy's gonna want to play. That's a good observation.
This guy, and he got the game-winning runs too. And I want to say it was the most humble celebration of all time, as if just took off his helmet slowly. He started walking and said, they lost the match or something, as if to say, well, what are you doing right now? What are you doing? Look at what I'm doing. And I know in the comment section they're going to say, oh, they don't judge it by one IPO.
Yeah,
they're not going to judge it by this or that. This guy can't play. This guy has been doing it for a long time. Be honest with yourself. You know I'm right on that one. What did I like from RCB? There were things that I liked, and I'm not going to take your thunder. I'm going to leave that one to you. There's a lot of things to like. How do you not like a guy like Sundar, right? Sundar on the bowling side, he didn't get any wickets, and we need that wicket so bad. But this guy, 4 overs, 20 runs. Once again, he may not always get the wickets. He's not leading the wickets or even close. This guy just does not give up runs. And he was able to get in there and get himself a cool 10, which I had thought, those 10 runs might end up being huge. It might push him to that 164. It might help them get this win. Didn't work out on the bowling side with the rest of his comrades, but he did a really, really good job. I know you're going to mention the main star of this show right here, but Philippe's been on the bench for a very, very long time. He's been watching. I think AB's been the one at the helm of the wicket keeping, and AB did the wicket keeping again today. So Philippe wasn't even in there behind the stumps, but this guy came out. This guy opened. He got 33 on 24 balls. He and Paticle had a nice little thing. They had 50 partnership before he even could blink. These guys were phenomenal. The stumps that he had was so quick. If DeCock is not so fast with that stump, super fast, then there's no way he gets out right there. And who knows what he could have done. I'm not even going to blame him on those stems. Usually I kill him on that one. But, his foot was up in the air for a split second, and DeCock got it and touched it real quick. It was unbelievable. And when you watch the replay, you can kind of see DeCock's eyes working and mine working, thinking I have a split second to do that. That was a phenomenal play. Phenomenal play. But I love what Philippe did. I always loved Kohli in the field. I always loved him as a captain, as a general. I don't think he's able to get that big move. Obviously, no championships yet to make that big decision to propel them. But I love the decision with Philippe in there. I thought that was great. Gabe, what did you like?
Well, I love that they made a decision that I've been calling for. Okay, to piggyback on your Philippe comment, and you know what? It's funny because the first person I had said, I was saying, hey, Aaron Finch needs to be dropped. If not dropped in, off of the 11, at least dropped in the order because he's killing the opening partnership. Patical has not had a chance to really get hot because opening partnerships matter. You know what I mean? You get in rhythm with the other guy. You're switching strikes. You're both seeing balls. That doesn't happen when they keep bringing in new guys because once the first guy goes down, people after him are going to go down subsequently. You know what I mean? And this, again, you got to see what Patical could do when he had a decent partnership. Now, Josh Philippe's out was one of the most savagest things I've seen so far this year. That was, in my opinion, MS Dhoni like, bro. That was like when we saw that Dhoni best of, because it was literally his foot just happened. It wasn't like he tried to run out and hit a six and I didn't get back. No, he just took a big swing and his foot just happened to get up in the air per minute. And it was this, like you said, it was unbelievable stumping. You can't even get mad at him for that. I was like, is that actually out? Oh my God, it's actually out. It was insane. So Quentin de Kock, good job. Even though he didn't do it with the bat today, he did it with that stumping. But Patical, I've been calling for this guy. Patical, how do you leave him off the team? People are like, it's his first. Okay, it could be his first. Let me tell you a story about a first too, right? There was this guy named Tom Brady who played well in the preseason, but preseason is just preseason. And then that year, Drew Bledsoe went down with an injury. Drew Bledsoe was back in 2 weeks. He never saw the field again. Okay? 7 trips to the Super Bowl later. It was 10 trips to the Super Bowl, right? 7 championships later, Tom Brady's the GOAT. All right? Your eyes don't deceive. I'm telling you, this guy could
rake. And guess what? Tom Brady couldn't see the field from Michigan behind Brian Greasy, right? Brian Greasy's calling games on Monday Night Football. Tom Brady's still playing. No one saw Tom. Tom Brady was the second to last pick in the entire draft.
Sometimes you just got to go with your gut and see what you see, man. And if the guy can play, he can play. And again, I don't understand. I can see Sky, right? And I like calling him Sky because everybody uses abbreviations or whatever. But Yadav, he's been a little inconsistent this year. There's been no inconsistency in Patical, people. He's 20, 30 runs every time. He does his job in that opening partnership, and he's done it with AB de Villiers going out. Not AB de Villiers, sorry. With Finchy going out sometimes on a duck or 9. I mean, I read you the stats the other day, guys. 236 runs in 11 games. Come on. So I like that. Coley put his team in a position to win. Maybe you bring back Finch and just don't put him in the opening partnership. Slide him in at 4 behind you. Leave de Villiers for the end, or maybe slide him in after de Villiers. Take the pressure off him. But I don't think Coley can fix what's broken with this team, man. You're not going to outslug everybody. And when you're in a position when you've got to get wickets, you got 4 overs out of Chahal. That's who I trust. You got 4 overs out of Morris. That's who I trust. Who else do you trust on this team? I'm just saying, I need a big wicket. Stein, Siraj did well today, got his wickets, but I'm not going to trust him to get that big wicket you need. Definitely not Dubé or Dubé. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't think he has that other guy to go to. You know what I'm saying? And they've got to get through 20 overs. They got to get those wickets. And right now he's relying too heavily on basically 2 guys. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But that is honestly what I liked on the RCB side. On the Mumbai, people are accusing me of being a Mumbai fan. Guys, I'm not a Mumbai fan. I'm a CSK fan. I don't care. You watch this channel 10 years in the future, I'm still going to be a CSK fan. I don't care what their record is, cousin. I'm a Knicks fan. Listen, I know how to suffer. All right? It is what it is. But I got to tell what my eyes are. They're doing this without Rohit Sharma. They lost their last game, and they still put up 195. Are you kidding me? Last game they lost the Cock really early. I think he got 6 runs, and Pollard and like 6 runs, and still put up 195. This team is the best team in IPL. I'm sorry, CSK fans. I'm sorry, KKR fans. They are the best team. Does that mean they're gonna win? Not necessarily. Okay, stranger things happen in sports, but this team is so deep. When I tell you so deep, they are so deep. Pollard can't even, he's not even a big part of their plan. He's their security blanket, so to speak. All right? Security blanket. I could point out a particular player today. I liked, in my opinion, the fire. Did you see when Pandya, the one that shaved his head, that's the stylish brother, Hardik. When Hardik got out and there was that little bit of sledging going back and forth, like, what? You got me out. Like, bro, I was trying to take a big shot or whatever. They're fiery. This team is fun. And maybe, again, because of the show, you start to get to know these guys or whatever, but you're like, I like this team. I like the fireness. And then it was no problem. Like, he's walking away. And then I don't know if you caught the interaction between him and Pollard. And Pollard's like, don't worry, man. I got you. Like, there was no panic in the room. Another team, once you lose look how deep it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once the seventh guy comes in, you're not confident the seventh guy is going to go ahead and cover those 7 runs and 7 balls. Guys, we've seen it this season. Okay? I think it might have been RCB that couldn't cover like 5 runs or 6 runs and 6 balls, and then CSK, the same thing. It's happened this season. I wasn't even worried. No Mumbai fan was worried. It was like, first ball, boom, let me hit it 4-4. Oh, I did my job. You know what I mean? Like, it was really that simple, Nick. And man, I'm telling you, you look at this team, I don't see how they lose. Now, they've already caught a major injury in Rohit Sharma. I will say, if they lose Bumrah, they still have deep bowling. But we started to see the chinks in the armor with Pattinson, right? Today, 3 for 35, didn't get the wickets. Okay, maybe they bring back CNC, but that's what I'm saying. They're so deep they can still bring back Coulter Nile. But now if you lose Bumrah, because guys, 4 overs, 14 runs, 3 wickets, and they were not baby wickets. They were huge wickets. Big monster, cookie monster, yum, 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 delicioso wickets, all right? He didn't get tail enders, all right? He got the big boys. Boomerang went out and got Padicle. What, 74? Not on my watch. Give me your wicket. Go sit down, youngster. Then he went again and got Kohli. Kohli, I own you, cousin. Bye. You know, it's got to be hard to get Kohli out, though, because you know he's your captain on the international team. Like, you just got to give him a look like, my bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, sir. Let me send you a basket of mini muffins or something. You wouldn't really get your own captain out. You know what I'm saying, dude? I mean, and he got Duday. I mean, he got huge wickets today. I love Bumrah. I already said I moved him above Archer, and I think I'm going to rechange my order because now you're starting to see, even though he's a purple cap winner, you're starting to see some of the chinks in armor in Rabada. Again, most of his wickets come late, and normally if it comes late in the death overs, I get it, it's the death overs, but you're getting bowlers. Bro, Archer gets those wickets early on in the power play, and Bumrah gets big wickets, always big names, you know what I mean? So it might go Archer, Bumrah, or Bumrah, Archer, and then Rabada. But that's what I like. Nick, what did you learn?
I'm amazed at how much my man can talk here. I love it. All right. What did I learn? I'm sitting here as you're talking, and as I often do, I go to like a different place in the back of my brain, and I kind of like entertain myself.
Is it time yet?
No. This is 1 and 2. This is not that kind of matchup. Remember, when it's your teams that we talk about, that's when it's time, okay? And I will say, CSK, first team eliminated from the playoffs today. Sorry about that, my friend. Actually eliminated. So, this is what I'm going to say. I've been thinking about this the entire time. I am not even close to ready to say that RCB has no chance of winning the title. I don't, because all you need to do in the playoffs is put together that performance, and they have the guys. They need, in my opinion, they need to find a way to get Finch and Philippe in this top 5 batting order. If they can do that, they have some possibilities. I have not been too impressed with Gurpreet Singh. Maybe this guy's a great fielder. I don't know. But they need to think, because Finch can still be dangerous. He has not had a great track record in the IPL, I don't think, in any season. He's been like almost on every single team. But I'm not ready to put them to bed yet because I still think they have a very, very good chance. I still think going to the finals 3 times and losing 3 times them go. We just saw the Dodgers win for the first time in 32 years, and they had several chances to go and win there. I still think that they have the squad that's good enough as all these teams are getting beat up and going in there and getting destroyed. I still think they have a chance. Mumbai, what I learned about them? Like you said, this team is the best team in the IPL right now. I've been saying that since the beginning. You did not believe me. You said behind CSK, behind DC, all this kind of stuff. They are the best squad out there by far. And what I learned today is even with a Tawari in there and no Rohit Sharma, they can win the IPL. But let me tell you this. In my opinion, if they really want a serious chance of winning this, you put Pollard in there at 5 or at least 6. You bring Tawari down to 7. I know you're going to say, oh, he only performs at number 3 or doesn't perform at all. Then he doesn't perform at all because he's not really performing right now. He just came back for 2 matches. You put him down at 7 because guess what? You're never going to need him. Not when you got a Pollard, you got the Panya brothers, you got Ishan Kishan, you have Surya Kumar. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. He gets 79, and you have DeCock. This team, if they're serious and they want to win, that's what they've got to do. Like you said, Pollard is a beast in the death overs, and you bring him into the 19th over. Now, granted, they won it in the first ball in the 20th over, but come on. That's what I learned. Both these teams have the best chance, in my opinion, to win the whole thing. I'm not sleeping on DC just yet, but they are looking hobbled right now. That's what I learned.
Got to disagree with you on one point. If you sit down, and I know what you're going to say, then do it. But if you bring in Aaron Finch along with Philippe, then you got Philippe, Aaron Finch. You gotta stick with AB de Villiers and Chris Morris, right? That means no Stein. Which you're gonna say fine, but then who else is gonna bowl? I know Stein was horrible. Who else is gonna bowl?
Sit down, Singh. Gurkarat Singh. He doesn't bowl.
Yeah, but you can only play 4 bats. You can only play 4 foreigners. Philippe, okay, Australian.
So you got Finch, AB, Chris Morris. Yeah, Del Steyn. Bye. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look at the stats right now. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I know this guy is legendary. I'm not trying to disrespect his career. I'm talking about this season. Has he performed anything for RCB this season? No. Anything?
No, but they need another bowler. And do they have another big name bowler that's supposedly a wicket taker? Dale Steyn's a wicket taker.
They got Moeen Ali, but he hasn't played much. Dale Steyn, I'm sorry, he got 1 wicket this year. Okay, he's got 1 wicket. His economy rate's 11.5. 11.5.
Oof.
He's only gotten 3 matches though. I know this guy's a beast, but he is not passed the eyeball test whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, even Moeen Ali, right? I mean, he's foreigner too. So, I mean, that's a great point.
Same thing that happened with CSK. You can only play a couple guys. And as far as what you learned, I learned that a few times ago. So you're spot on with Mumbai Indians. Just bring him up. I think you could win games quicker, easier, no pressure if you just bring him up. Bottom line. And again, could you imagine how dangerous this team would be if they had Rohit Sharma? You know what I'm saying? Like, other guys are stepping up right now because you haven't needed them. But if Rohit Sharma, supposedly we heard today he's out for the whole IPL, they may be able to win this thing even without him. But I think that, yes, the role has to be a lot bigger for Pollard. You know what I'm saying? Even in the wicket, you know what? Pollard's an excellent death bowler as well. Give him 1 or 2 in the death overs. Look at him; he doesn't get blown up. This year he hasn't, or in the CPL. I just don't understand why he's been used so little. But it is what it is. But those are my thoughts, guys. Today, again, as a CSK fan, we got officially eliminated. Moment of silence for us. Even though I told you guys like 3 games ago it was over, but okay. But
I told you at the beginning of the season.
But as it winds down, what's funny? Yes, there's 8 teams in the IPL, Nick. Only 1 team's eliminated, which means anything could still happen. This is crazy. And again, your boy Najib said, bro, you're not going to know. And he told me that. I was like, that's impossible. He said, IPL is like this every year. you don't know who's in until the last day of the last game, the last ball, because anything can change on that. And I'm like, and this is what it's looking like, because now Mumbai's probably in, right? They're the first team to 8 wins. Today was their 8th victory.
Probably. Come on.
No, they're in. They're the first team with 8, but then you've got 7-4, 7-4, 7-5.
No, 6-5.
Oh, 6-5. I mean, there's a lot of parity, and there's still, a lot. Everybody's got at least 2 games left, right? Everybody has 2 games left from this point. A lot can happen, bro.
Listen, I don't see, and call it hubris if you want, I don't see RCB missing the playoffs. And the main thing they have going for them right now is they actually have a positive net run rate. Delhi Capitals are a little bit behind them in the net run rate. Close enough where that can change in one match. But Kings 11 got a negative. KKR's got a huge negative net run rate. So the only team with a positive net run rate in the bottom 5 is SRH, but they're already 2 wins behind, and there's only 2 matches left. Anything could happen, but I don't even see Delhi going down. So I still see that 4 spot being that open spot. Could be wrong. Be heartbreaking if RCB misses it altogether. I'm not going to think that way. I can't think that way. I think what they need to do now with the next 2 matches is they need to get ready for the playoffs. They need to put together their squad, whether it's sit down, sing, and bring someone else up. Do they have a guy quad? Excuse me. Do they have someone else that can just come up and get those kind of runs? Let's find out. Do they have a Ferguson? Please tell me they don't have a Ferguson on the bench this entire time. I mean, do they have someone that can step up, can get those runs, who is an Indian player, and they don't have to mess with any of the overseas players? Then we have something going on. We'll see.
All right, man. Well, today, Nick, you should still take this as a victory because Mumbai is in. That's your wife, and you know you were going to come out winning no matter what today, but you were also losing a little bit. So I know you got that little bit of an even kill. Hey, it could be worse. You could be me. Okay, I'm over. KKR probably out too. Let's be real. So the wife and the mistress are both out of the dance. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the dance stag. Basically, DC is like the girl I flirted with. She's not even the wife or the mistress. That's just the girl I flirted with or whatever. I'm like, oh, I talked to that girl one time. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, she made it to the dance. It's that bad right now. So you could be me. You could be.
Dude,
me,
I'm right? The guy who's sitting there complaining like, oh man, I only won 10 grand today gambling. I wanted to win 20 grand. I only won 10. And you're the guy like on the corner, like, with your little cup saying quarters, please, something.
Bro, I got the sign talking about we'll work for food. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking us out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts as always. And until next time,
that's 6 runs.